Here's another one. No mound visits except to change the pitcher or for injuries.
Let's not even have pitchers. Don't even draft pitchers anymore. Just have a machine pitch the ball. You know what? Just set up a machine that pitches at different angles. You don't have to have pitchers anymore. And guess what? Who won the Cy Young this year, James? Marty the Robot.
All right, welcome back.
How you doing?
We're here filming. We're filming our second video for the day. Now, I don't know how you watch these, but
like and subscribe.
This is our second video we're filming. This one's going to have a couple different things. Oh, first we need to do our missions. We need to do our missions first.
If you haven't seen, we have our logo. We got our artist to actually come through and get it for us or paint it for us. I think it looks really cool. The letters are really nice.
Yeah.
It pops on the brick.
Yep.
So that'll always be a reminder one forever when we either get a new one, like a big one.
Unless we go dark like you did yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not even going to mention that. But we got our logo up. The March Madness Bracket Challenge. If you haven't entered that, you don't need to know anything about basketball, but you can win a $25 gift card if you go over to our March Madness Bracket video and leave a comment in the comment section down below saying you went in. And it's on ESPN, it's not on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll be on ESPN.
And you'll be entered to win that.
I'll send you the link to the group that I'm going to create on there, because you can create your own group.
We just need a way to contact you so we can see you.
Yeah.
But we got that, so you can win a $25 gift card if you win. And you want to do the shout out?
Yeah, we got our first write-up in a blog. It's a blog. It's a baseball blog called thekzonenews.com.
Which I'm excited about.
They were really helpful. Been talking for a while, and they finally did a write-up on us. I think it was yesterday. Did they release it yesterday or the day before?
It was. Well, I was talking to you on the phone when it happened, but it was a small article that they wrote about it, right?
Yeah.
About us specifically.
A little about us specifically, yeah.
Which I'm really, I'm glad they took the time to do that.
Yeah. We have some more stuff coming up too.
You said K-Zone News?
KZoneNews.com, yeah.
KZoneNews.com. And the reason why I asked James all this stuff is because I handle the technical stuff with the computer. And
he does the editing and I do all the
and James does all
marketing type stuff.
So
we might have a contract coming up soon with, well, we're not going to say what it is.
Well, I'm not going to go
because it's not official. Nothing's official yet.
But it's in the works and it's
super interesting. I'm really excited about all that.
So I'm excited about it. Just have to get the okay from their marketing team.
Yeah.
And we'll start. Actually, it'll be another playlist. We'll start filming different events.
Yeah, it'll be its own separate. It'll be like an event playlist.
So we're really excited. We're expanding little by little each day, but it's always progress, which is all I look for. We got another subscriber.
Another subscriber.
We got a baseball card pack opening coming up.
This is the big one today.
Huge vintage
baseball
card pack opening.
So that'll be fun.
So that's it for our mentions.
Yeah, that's it for the mentions.
We have no comments, but we do have comments for our baseball card pack opening.
Yeah.
So do you want to get into what we're getting into for this video?
Okay, we're doing...
sorry, before you start.
Yeah.
It almost looked like I did that on purpose when I cut you off. I cut James off a lot. I'm afraid he's going to throw something at me here pretty soon. I'm going to start trying to get pictures for a lot of these players off of different Creative Commons images.
Stuff we can use.
So that way you can put a player's face.
Something interesting to look at, yeah.
That way you don't just sit here listen to us talk.
Look at my ugly face all the whole time. So.
And also, if you want to see in-depth analysis, go to K-Zone News.
Yeah, go to KZoneNews.com.
Because they do articles if you like to read different sports news.
And they have 7 or 8 writers, so it's different people talking about different things, which is always interesting.
Which is what you may like. But right here we do the video stuff. But I want to start getting pictures with these players, and we'll start doing that next week.
Yep.
Because to start a new system right off,
it'd be hard.
The videos will be up late.
We're still trying to figure out the...
I know how to do it, but I would have to download several...
fair use stuff too with like videos.
Well,
that stuff's super complicated.
If it's off of Creative Commons...
Yeah. No, Creative Commons, yeah, you're fine.
But go ahead and
get into our second segment for the day. Well, okay, we're going to get into some rule type things, but the first thing I want to explain is these are... Okay, it's something called the Atlantic League. I had never heard of it before. Now, this is going to sound really weird. They're an affiliate / non-affiliate of Major League Baseball, which it doesn't seem like it doesn't make sense now. What that means is they're not actually affiliated with Major League Baseball, but they can sign players from there. And the reason they're an affiliate now is because Major League Baseball bought them out for 3 years, just for 3 years, because they want to try these new experimental rules in their league. They're basically like a separate AAA system. Most of the players that get signed from there go straight to AAA, some to AA, but most of them go straight to AAA and play there. So they're probably older.
Yeah, but some of the reason why I'm just sitting here is because some of the rules that they're trying to implement are just stupid.
I know. Now, to kind of explain what the Atlantic League is. Here's some of the experimental rules. Now, the MLB's done some stuff with them in the past for experimental rules. For example, this isn't one they implemented this year, but they implemented the tiebreaker rule. I think it's called the international tiebreaker rule. I think that's what they call it. It's where, when you go into extra innings, you start with the player on second base. Now, for Little League, like high school and down, I kind of get it. Makes sense. Anything higher than that, I don't think they should have it. Major League Baseball players are too good at hitters to start with somebody on second base. It's one of those things they're trying to do to shorten the game. All this stuff's mainly to shorten the games.
Which is, and I'll get into that because we have there's a comment that one of the pro players made that I want to get into, which I agree with. Used to disagree with him a lot before, but I'm starting to like him more and more now. But you know, some of these rules they're trying to implement. If you don't like actually, I'll just mention it now. If you don't like the game and you're bored and you think it's boring,
yeah,
just like anything on TV, don't spend money to go.
Yep.
Or turn the TV off. Mm-hmm. Why try to ruin the game because you're afraid? We want to bring in more ticket sales as a Major League Baseball organization because we're afraid people aren't watching our game.
What's making me mad is that they're doing this based purely off of people they've talked to that watch games on TV. People that go to the games don't complain about this stuff. It's the people that watch it on TV.
But you know what people that do on the TV? Here's what I find myself doing when I watch a Major League Baseball game on the TV. Oh, that's cool. Let's watch 3 batters. Oh, that's cool. Let's go play a video game now.
Yeah.
They don't. Most people that watch it on TV are either one, people who can't afford to go to the games, which me, true.
Oh, yeah.
Who just want to sit down and watch a game. Mm-hmm. Fine. Those people usually watch the whole game.
Yep.
Or people who are just tuning in to watch highlights who don't really give a crap and just see it on and then go change the channel to something else.
Yep.
To me, I'm trying to enhance the viewership of the people that are going into the stadiums.
Yeah, they're the ones coming to spend all their money.
Not the networks. Mm-hmm. I'm enhancing the fan service for the teams that actually spend money and care enough to go to the games.
Yep.
If you're not willing to go to the game, you're not a diehard fan who really gives a crap about the sport, and you're too, I guess, absent-minded or don't have a lot of thinking capability or just brainless, and you just sit there like a zombie in front of the TV and you think it's going too long. There are certain things I understand. They don't want pitchers standing off the mound and just standing there for several seconds, purposely wasting time.
Yeah.
Pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch.
Yeah.
I understand that. Maybe they think the only way to change it is to implement a pitch clock. So I don't disagree with implementing a pitch clock maybe for 30 seconds or 25 seconds because you think it's, but when you have players like Max Scherzer who come out who say, look, it's way too short, and he's a Cy Young winner. Mm-hmm. Going, it's way too short, and then people, so you got some people that disregard that. He's a Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
He has some credibility in what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's getting dumb. They're ruining the sport. That'd be like in soccer if they say, well, you know, to increase viewership, we're just going to remove offsides.
You know, somebody was talking about that a few years back. I'm not joking. That was a real conversation they were having about removing offsides.
So we don't have a form system, but what we're going to do is, like in the English Championship or EFL 2, what we're going to do is, you know, try to implement rules down there and, you know, not have offsides. Well, the game was 3-2. Yeah, because these players aren't at the same caliber as Lionel Messi, who can just sprint. There he goes. He's just sprinting.
Yeah, he'll just stand down there. They'll just boot the ball down to him.
All he has to do is run.
Yeah.
So then you got players like Marcus Rashford. Long balls just be...
Mbappe, can you mention somebody that fast?
Just kick the ball.
Yeah.
There will be no strategy. No. There will be no defense.
No. Some of the other rules that they talked about, that wasn't even a rule that I just said that they're implementing now. They've already had it.
The AAA players aren't even at the same caliber as players like maybe Aaron Judge or Bryce Harper.
I know. And these guys aren't even true AAA players. It's just an affiliate.
Hey, we want to put a player on second base to break the tiebreaker. Oh, here comes Aaron Judge. Oh, he got a nice single through the infield. Oh, game's over.
Here's one that they're talking about that I've been fully against. Implementing machines to help umpires call balls and strikes. Here's the way I look at it. Either have the machine do it or the umpire. Not both. That'll get way too complicated, way too convoluted.
You know what it'll end up
So
doing?
is the machine going to override every call
Yes.
the umpire makes?
Yeah,
So
that's what
then don't even have the umpires.
That's what'll end up happening, and once it gets implemented, machines will start taking over the sport. I feel.
Yeah.
You'll have foul ball radars, so whenever the ball goes foul, they won't have it replay. They'll just have a laser.
Yep.
Eventually, I think foul balls will be taken away. They'll just have a laser if it doesn't pass it.
Yep.
So a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. This may be a ridiculous statement. Why not just build robots and androids and just have them swing the bat? Matter of fact, don't even have a defense, don't even have an infield because of this next rule. You can't allow shifts anymore.
Yeah, there's no shifting for the infield
So,
now.
so what you want to do now is just have buckets set up and have a player just stand at a tee and eliminate infield hits too. There's no base hits anymore. Kind of be like our challenge video. And just to implement it like our challenge video, don't even have a pitcher. Just put a tee, put the freaking baseball on the tee, and just have Bryce Harper just do an uppercut swing as hard as he can to see how far the ball can go. And that'll be the score.
Yeah, something you said the other day, just have a home run contest at the beginning
Yeah,
of the year.
just-
Whoever wins that is who wins the year.
Don't even draft defensive
Have one
players.
representative from every team.
Don't even draft defensive players.
Here's another one. No mound visits except to change the pitcher or for injuries.
Let's not even have pitchers. Don't even draft pitchers anymore. Just have a machine pitch the ball. You know what? Just set up a machine that pitches at different angles. You don't have to have pitchers anymore. And guess what? Who won the Cy Young this year, James? Marty the robot on the mound. That's who won the Cy Young. Guess who won it from the American League? Oh, now we got Chappie. What was his name from the movie?
That's bad that I wondered why it was named Marty.
You're going to ruin the sport. You're going to ruin it.
I know. Now, some that maybe don't bother me. Increasing the base size by 3 inches. That's fine.
To eliminate injuries.
To eliminate injuries, like stepping on ankles, things like that. Lower the time between innings. I don't have a problem with that.
You can see James doesn't get as animated as I do, but it pisses me off.
Well, you know...
Actually, he does. The bad thing is...
You don't want me to.
When he starts to get mad, he won't stop. So... You know how funny that would be?
Here's one that's so stupid. No, you got me started now.
You would just start flipping the table.
Right when I read it, for some reason I was thinking about it, but right when I read it. But the reason I think this one's so stupid is when they're implementing it. Okay, they're moving the mound.
Oh yeah,
the mound back 2 feet. Okay, whatever. In the second half of the season, what difference does it make when you move it?
This is so stupid. I'm starting to get tired.
What difference does it make when you move the mound? Just do it at the beginning of the season. Is all the blood rushing to your head?
World's gonna end someday, so maybe that'll be a positive for this.
I don't want the world to end because of these idiots.
I won't have to suffer through it anymore.
But those are just some of the things they're talking about.
It's
of
dumb.
course, it's in a different league. It's not even in like the AAAs, so.
And then you had some announcers that are going, you know, I think so. Obviously, it's an iceberg scraped across the bottom of the ocean.
That's an inside joke.
I think that some of these rules that are being implemented, you know, might actually be pretty good. It was the same guy that said, this pitcher just threw the Lord Charles. I don't even know what kind of pitch that is. And at the same time, he said, this is the Jimbo. Don't know what that means. And then the same guy also said, it's a Lord of Commerce for baseball out here today. I don't know who speaks like that, but the people that speak like that are probably the same people that would agree with these rule implementations, which see, I can't even speak.
The way you said that word is one of the funniest
implementations. And then he just started singing. Then he started talking in the most extreme Southern accent.
Okay, this guy's freaking me out. Let's ignore
Today we're out here in baseball throwing the ball. He actually started speaking like that. It was a spring training game. That guy didn't even need to announce anything again in his life. I don't care if it's a video game tournament. It's setting me off, man. Wow. You're gonna ruin the sport.
Yeah, the oldest sport in our country.
You're gonna ruin it. Yeah, they're gonna ruin it. I think I pissed somebody off.
God.
Is that it for that?
Yeah, I think we need to.
And now we're getting to our players.
We need to move on to something more fun.
Something that's a little bit lighter and more fun. We're gonna start getting into player picks.
No, that wasn't sarcastic, by the way.
Now, since I have stats, or no, since I don't have stats, and you do, I'll go first. That way, because you're gonna get more in depth.
Okay.
We got our best players, our starting players that we would pick for our teams.
Yeah.
So these are my favorite players.
Mine was a mix of favorite players and
which is
trying to build a team.
Pretty much what mine is. Now, I'm going to go with the starting pitcher first. Then catcher through the infield, and then starting with right field through the outfield, my 2 relief pitchers, and then 2 bench players, which is how you have it, isn't it?
Yeah, we did the exact same way.
So my starting pitcher, the unit, Randy Johnson.
Okay.
He can locate things like in a ridiculous.
Plus, he had one of the best nicknames
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, you can't beat the nickname, but
Big unit.
to me, Randy Johnson, one of my favorite pitchers of all time.
Yeah.
So I picked him. Catcher, Ivan Rodriguez.
Pudge.
My favorite catcher of all time because I
Pudge.
saw him as a kid. He's now in the Hall of Fame for the Texas Rangers.
A good old Pudge.
I remember going to watch the Texas Rangers for the first time. The stadium seemed like a castle to me. It seemed like I was going into.
I know, it was freaking.
Every time when you're a little kid, whenever you look at things, it's like you're going into like a new playpen. It didn't. But I went in there. I remember seeing Pudge, and he became one of my favorite players ever.
Yep.
First base, Albert Pujols.
Okay.
To me, he's one of the best hitters ever. So I put him on first base. Number 2, got Jackie Robinson for number 2. Second base, I got Jackie Robinson. I saw the number 2. Second base, I got Jackie Robinson. Stuff that he did for the sport and how he played. I just like Jackie Robinson. He's had a great impact on the sport itself.
Yeah.
You know, they even have a day for Jackie Robinson. Third base, I had Brooks Robinson at first, but I couldn't pass up one of my favorite players ever, which is Adrian Beltre, who I think is going to go into the Hall of Fame.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame, I think he will.
He's a 3,000 hitter. Shortstop, this guy ticks me off whenever I play against him in MLB The Show. And he just has some of the greatest stuff of all time. Lil Bipsy.
That's his rap name.
I'm just joking. That's actually a disgrace. I might have to cut that. That's like a disgrace to all of baseball, what I just said. Cal Ripken Jr. You cannot beat. You can.
All I can imagine in my head now is Cal Ripken Jr. rapping in a studio with Lil Bipsy as his name.
You cannot beat Cal Ripken Jr.
No, I love Cal Ripken.
So I went with Cal Ripken. My right field is Ichiro Suzuki. Just an unbelievable player. To me, outstanding. Center field, King Griffey Jr.
Okay, I figured that one was coming from. I know he's one of your favorite players.
He's one of my favorite players ever. And then Ted Williams at left field. Really good hitter.
Only man ever to hit 400 in a season.
Relief pitcher. I don't think this one will come as a surprise. Went with Mariano Rivera.
Okay.
He just inducted the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Got 100% voting.
Yeah, first player ever. Even Babe Ruth didn't have 100% Hall of Fame voting.
And then another relief pitcher I think who can go deep is Dennis Eckersley.
Dennis.
And then I have a speed man and a hitter for my bench. Harold Reynolds on my bench.
Yeah.
Because he was a decent hitter and he was fast, pinch run, things like that. And Jim Thome.
Oh yeah, good power hitter.
He was a good power hitter for a pinch hitter. Now you want to go into yours?
Okay, now, funny enough, who do you think I picked as my pitcher? Randy Johnson. I did pick Randy Johnson as my pitcher. That one was hard.
A lot of these were hard.
This baseball one was the most fun, and the hardest one to do. Of course, he's second all time in strikeouts. He won a World Series, which is kind of a you'll notice kind of a thing with my team. I tried to pick somebody that had won a World Series, at least one in every position. He won 5 Cy Youngs, and he won the pitching Triple Crown, which not a lot of people have done.
That's hard to do.
But I picked Randy Johnson, catcher. I had to pick one of my favorite players. I picked Buster Posey as my catcher.
Okay.
Is he the most talented of all time?
It doesn't matter. It's your team.
He's a good player. He's a winner, 3-time World Series champion. He does the little things well as a catcher. Frames the ball, controls the field, things like that. So I picked Buster Posey as my catcher. First base, one of my top 3 players of all time, Lou Gehrig. I think he's the most underrated Yankee of all time. Some of these careers that he hit 340 for his career.
And he also has one of the greatest
500 home runs, 2,000 RBIs, 6-time World Series champion, won the Triple Crown, 2-time MVP. A lot of people talk about the Yankees and they don't mention Lou Gehrig. They mainly mention him for his speech. He's one of the best Yankee players ever. The numbers speak for themselves. Second base, I kind of went with the rest of my infield. Try and get a hit past him. Picked Roberto Alomar. second base.
I'll just hit a home run. Then I don't have to worry about it.
You're not going to hit a home run on the big unit. He was a 10-time Gold Glove
It's
winner. He was fast. You know, he had almost 500 stolen bases. He actually had a lot of power for a second baseman. He had 210 career home runs.
Which
so
is pretty decent.
Pretty decent for the middle infield. Would you do third base next?
You just did second base?
Yeah, you did third base after that, right? Okay, I kind of went with more of a hitter here, Mike Schmidt. Now, he was a 10-time Gold Glove winner, which I guess that kind of contradicts what I just said about hitting, but he was at 550 home runs. I'll put him like right in the beginning, third or fourth in the lineup. Let him smack the ball around when those other guys get on base.
Mike Schmidt is a really good player.
He won a World Series. Shortstop, you'll know who this is, Ozzie Smith.
Yep.
I love Ozzie Smith.
These are hard to pick.
Love Ozzie Smith, man. He won 13 Gold Glove titles. It's just ridiculous. He's one of those guys that would get on base. He only had, not only 28 home runs in his career, but he was one of those guys you just get on and let go. Plus, probably one of the best fielding shortstops of all time. What position did you go to?
Right field.
Right field. Okay, I got Al Kaline out in right field.
Yep, I was going to put him.
Another World Series winner, another 10-time Gold Glover, strong arm, 400 home runs. So have Al Kaline out there. You did center field next or left field? Okay. Probably my favorite player of all time in center field, Willie Mays. Love Willie Mays. He could do everything. He stole bases. He could field. He had 660 career home runs, over a 300 average. So, he's just one of those. I like players like that.
Little Pepsi.
Little Pepsi. All I can picture in my head is Cal Ripken rapping in a studio, and it's the funniest thing ever. And then in left field, one of my other favorite players, Barry Bonds. Regardless of what you think about him with the steroid stuff, he was a good player. He had eight Gold Gloves. Of course, he had the 762 home runs. He had 514 stolen bases in his career. He was an amazing athlete.
Yes,
and Willie Mays was his mentor. So, like I said, regardless of what you think about the steroid stuff, he was a good player. Now, going into relief pitchers, did you do relief pitchers or bench players first?
Relief pitchers.
Okay. I put Mariano Rivera on there for me, too. Probably the best closer ever. Mm-hmm. Another guy I put on was Rollie Fingers. Do you remember Rollie Fingers?
Yes.
He had the handlebar mustache.
Yep.
When he pitched, he was a relief pitcher, but when he pitched, they went deeper back then.
Kind of a young.
So he had 114 career wins as a relief pitcher.
His windup was crazy, too.
It was real odd, yeah. He had 114 wins, 341 saves. He's the only reliever ever to win the MVP award.
That's crazy.
He won the MVP and Cy Young in the same year.
I don't know how that seems
which is crazy. And he was a 3-time World Series champion, almost 1,300 strikeouts. And then finally, my bench players. This one, one of the players I picked was Babe Ruth, based purely off the fact that he could play anywhere. So I could put him anywhere on the field. He could pitch, too, so I could put him anywhere on the field. And then Hank Aaron, just a good power hitter, good athlete. I put Hank Aaron on my bench. So, yeah, that was my team.
Not to mention, we pulled him out of a pack. And if you're looking to do pack openings, we're getting ready to do that.
Yeah, we're getting ready to do our pack opening next.
But anyway, guys, I think that's all we have.
I think that's it. Going into next week, we're going to do some, I know we've been picking our favorite teams, but I think we're going to start getting into some best of lists, guys that we think, not necessarily our favorite players. These players are all amazing, but the guys we think are truly the best at their sport.
And I'll start getting some photos
for
those players.
Yeah, we'll get some photos of Creative Commons and stuff for you guys to look at.
But I know we got our logo I mentioned.
Yeah.
The March Madness Bracket Challenge. If you haven't entered, go over to the March Madness Bracket video, leave a comment, and you'll be entered on ESPN. We'll give you a group.
Yeah, I'll give you the group link and everything. I'll get with you.
And you'll be entered on that, and you can win a free $25 gift card.
Don't forget to check out kzonenews.com. Don't forget to check them out. We're going to leave the link down in the description. I don't think we said that at the beginning of the video.
We're going to do that in both videos.
Yeah.
So if you want to see articles and news,
about more in-depth stuff,
go over to kzonenews.com and give them a look and read some of their articles. And a big thanks to them. Really,
definitely. Thank you guys a lot.
And we got some more stuff coming up that we're going to do thanks actually tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we got a comment for this video, so stick around if you want to watch, or just go to the next video.
How many packs did you say? 60 cards?
I think there's close to 60.
Close to 60, not cards, close to 60 packs.
So it's a huge vintage card pack opening. We're going to get into that. And but anyway, that's it with Comments at Sports. Cody and James. Make sure to like, subscribe,
hit that notification bell,
leave us a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day.